that is a Tokyo Marui Mark 18, one of the next generation recoil systems. However, that in there is a broken gearbox, and that is a problem. Now, I have been supplied by the owner of this gun one of these. This is a retro arms gearbox designed specifically for the NGRS systems. Now, that looks impressive. It weighs nothing. Now, I've never seen one of these break before, so this is a first for me. I've never ever had to have a spare gearbox like this to replace something in one of the Tokyo Maruis. So what we're going to do is we're going to open that, strip all the good bits out of the gearbox there, maybe make some amendments on the way, but we're going to put that in and we're going to bring this back to life, because a broken gearbox casing is no good whatsoever. So here's our gearbox, and we can see down the side there where the casing's all split. So it's only a matter of time before that goes and splits up the top here as well, and then around the other side, and the whole front comes off. Look at that. So we have got Prometheus, one of their hard plastics, but it is wearing at the back. Look at that. So we're going to replace that. Now I'm going to put in one of the SHS ones because I think they're way more durable because they actually have metal teeth on them. So here we have the new gearbox. So it looks good. Now what we've got to hope for is that things like the Titan will drop straight in and everything all goes in nice and smoothly. So we'll soon find out. Hopefully there's no need for anything modifications on this, because from what I understand, this costs the owner of this a pretty penny to buy that. So one would hope that this being designed specifically for one of these AEGs is going to drop straight in, no hassles. Hopefully we've got it that's going to take the Titan as well. So let's start. I'm going to start with shimming the gears and stuff. Now this is going to run off larger bushings. I think this is going to be an 8mm looking at it, because the original one would have been a 6mm. So let's find some 8mm bushings and get those gears shimmed. It's good. It's even come with its own little bag of screws to go in the gearbox. That's really good. So we're just going to work out which of these goes in which slot. Right, gears are in. We've done a closed gearbox test with the gears in. Let's see how smooth these are. Can you guys see inside there? Okay, the gears went in nicely, no problems there, so we like that. Now the next bit is going to be, will the Titan fit? So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take the gears out. Okay, so the kind of left side of the gearbox side of the Titan, if that makes sense, has gone in, dropped in, no issues whatsoever. So that's perfect. What we're going to very quickly try though, just to dummy it before we put everything else back in the gearbox, we are going to put this bit on, and we're going to quickly offer up the other side of the gearbox, just make sure it's going to go. It should do, because it all looks nice and smooth and flat in there. So I'm rather hoping that that goes, oh yeah, look at that, dead easy, isn't it? So far then, without the bearings falling out, so far we managed to get gears in here. We've checked the tighten fits. We're just going to do all the cylinder, piston and tappet plate setup next, and then that is the transfer from the original gearbox to this one. So far, so good on the Retro Arms gearbox. Now the next bit we're going to try and fit in is the cylinder. So let's just try see if it goes in here first of all. So we are looking for a nice snug fit. Is it going to work? Yes, I think it is. So it's good. So that side's good. So it sits nice and flush all through there, and the cylinder head sits in where it's supposed to with no movement. So that's good. On the other side, yeah, straight in, no arguments. So that's good. The other thing we're going to test as well whilst we're here, obviously we're ripping out the old piston. So I've removed that from its piston head. Because nothing wrong with the piston head on that one. That was absolutely fine. So we've moved that across. But this one was just wearing a bit of the back. So we're going to go with the one I prefer to use. This is an SHS one. They are identical. Other than that, has a full metal rack on it. Now I've already modified one of the teeth at the back there, because that's just going to allow space as the gears turn, so there's no snagging. So we're going to try all of that in here, and we're going to just make sure the gearbox will rotate smoothly. Air seal's already good. So when this comes in here, we're going to want to see that. So first of all then, let's make sure that is going to grab that. So that's looking good so far. So that's going to meet up nicely there. So what we're going to do, put this on. So with everything in there, what I then wish to do is rotate this gear here, and all I'm going to do is make sure that that will go smoothly and pull the piston back. So far I can feel it smooth. You'll see it through the port on the cylinder here as it comes back. So there we go, there it comes, coming out the back of the gearbox as well. So I just wanted to make sure that that was going to be smooth and there was no snagging, nothing's tight, no resistance. So that's cleared it, and we should then be able to push that back in. No resistance, so perfect. I think everything is all set to go. The only last thing I will test is going to be that in there, but given it how smoothly everything else has gone, I'm sure that's going to be fine. Now for the reverse side of the gearbox, don't forget you're going to have two things here. One of them is your selector plate, the second one is the spring for the tappet plate. Make sure that works. Nope, not quite. Right, now it's in. Now, the last bit to go on. Will this go on as well as everything else has gone into the gearbox? Of course it will. There was no need to doubt that at all, was there? Where everything's gone smoothly. So yeah, let's put that back in the gun now and see if we can get it shooting. Okay, that's all back in there together now. So we've got the brand new gearbox in. To be fair, everything went into that really smoothly. There was no changes that needed to be made to that at all. Everything fitted perfectly, except for the Titan. Everything's really smooth, all the way down to this recoil system up top. Everything works really well. So really impressed with that as a replacement shell to get us out of trouble with this broken previous gearbox. So that now, quite happy. So that's working really nicely. We're going to get that back in the rest of the receiver, and then that will be that one completed. Okay, just as everything was going really smoothly, it turns out that the reason I was struggling in a previous clip to get this all back together, so the bit on the front of the hop up there, that bit that protrudes out, does not fit in the oval of that gearbox. So that should go back and then go snug in there, but it just won't go, and it was that was stopping me getting the whole thing closed. We were so close to that being perfect. However, what we're going to do, I'm just going to smooth around, well, not smooth, but sand away the edge bits, only slightly, just so that will then fit in the front of the gearbox. All right, that now fits in there to the point of it's nice and snug, it doesn't even fall out. So all we've basically done is that bit that protrudes in the middle there, I've sanded it down a little bit so that it now fits in the gearbox, and we should find that when I put the upper receiver on this time, it's going to go back together. And there we go, look, that went straight together that time, no resistance, that's what we were hoping for. So that is much better. And there it is, all back together. That now works absolutely fine. So overall, what do we think of that Retro Arms gearbox? Well, it's certainly saved the day here, because that, as we can see there, is well knackered. That's busted, so that wasn't going to last the test of time, that one. So that's gone. Nice and easy to install. The only hiccup we saw right at the very end, we almost got a full house, but we just had that little niggly bit with the hop chamber. However, easy fix. Quick bit of sandpaper around it just to make it, like, we're talking fractions of millimeters smaller, just so it fits in the end. Nice and snug, nice and tight. All lines up okay in there. So it's all good. And now we have no cracked gearbox, and that lives to fight another day. So there we go. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.